Well, for more now on the situation on the ground, we can cross to Jerusalem to speak with ABC's correspondent there, Jordana Miller. Jordana, Israel in the last hour or so has said that it's hit 11,000 terror targets since the start of this war. Also that 11 Israeli soldiers have now been killed during the course of operations within Gaza in the last 3.5 weeks. Presumably this is just the start of Israeli casualties.
That's right. I mean, this is really the beginning of what the Israeli Prime Minister and the Defense Minister have prepared Israel for. That is a long and complicated battle. Yesterday was really the first day that we heard reports of intense urban warfare, close combat between Israeli soldiers and Hamas terrorists. And remember, Hamas holds the home front advantage, so to speak. And Israel is facing a battlefield that includes houses where there are often tunnel openings, booby-trapped buildings. I mean, this is the worst and most complex kind of fighting that Israel really never wanted to do, if we're honest about it. I mean, that is why, in a sense, Israel pursued many different policies that it thought would keep Gaza quiet or somehow moderate Hamas's position, improve the economy, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that all really went out the window on October 7th when Israel had to face the kind of enemy that does exist in the Gaza Strip, now pursuing this war with the goal of really dismantling and destroying Hamas's power in the Gaza Strip. So, you know, I think we're going to see more days of this kind of close battle, this close encounters of battle. And of course, the death toll for Israeli soldiers is sure to rise.
Now, overnight, the Israeli military said a hostile aircraft intrusion had set off warning sirens in the southern Israeli city of Eilat, and a surface-to-surface missile was successfully intercepted. What more can you tell us about that, Jordana?
Right. So in the last 24 hours, essentially, the city of Eilat has become a new point of conflict. Conflict in this war that Israel and Hamas are engaged in. The Iranian-backed rebel group that operates out of Yemen, the Houthis, claiming responsibility for surface-to-surface missiles and drone attacks on Israel yesterday. Israel using its Arrow defense system for the first time to shoot those down, and then overnight another attack. We just got a statement shortly, just a few minutes ago, that Israel has now put Navy missile ships into the Red Sea. So those ships certain to carry aerial defense, aerial defense systems that will be there essentially to protect the city of Eilat and any area further north from now attacks by this Iranian rebel group, the Houthis. That, remember, in addition to the Iranian-backed Shiite group on Israel's northern border, Hezbollah, which has been continually firing on Israeli positions and communities. So we see in this war that only began a few weeks ago that Iran is using its proxies really very obviously and plainly in this war. And the hope, of course, is that it doesn't intensify, that Hezbollah doesn't enter the war in a greater manner. Remember, back in 2006, Israel and Hamas went to war, and it was a fierce war. I actually was here covering it for CNN. There were 400 missiles fired a day, very dangerous. Hezbollah has been able to really replenish their arms since then. They are estimated to have, by U.S. and Israeli officials, about 100,000 missiles, some of them precision guided. That would take this smaller war in relative terms into a much larger conflict.
Jordana Miller reporting from Jerusalem. Thank you very much.
Thanks.